Smart, Munaking Fanja, Usari Maribo. What's a say, Joseph Urabu? 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 What's a say, Joseph Urabu?
let my people go, so we can rule from Cape to Cairo.
Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ABS, Africa Broadcasting Service, coming to you from the great state of Texas, precisely Houston. Houston, it's a pleasure to be with you today. I want to believe we're going to have a very, very exciting show today. For those of you joining, ladies and gentlemen, by way of the social media, please, you go ahead and hit your share button and let us quickly populate the social media platform. For those of you watching from the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, I like to welcome all of you. And of course, if you are Ambazonian refugees joining from what they call Ground 1, referring to Nigeria, again, I'd like to thank you for joining the broadcast tonight. Of course, I won't ignore all of you all over Africa who are watching ABS, and particularly also Europe, Asia, China, Singapore, Dubai, and of course, you can go on and name the rest. But the USA, North America, and South America, thank you. Thank you for tuning in to ABS tonight. We're going to be having a really exciting broadcast. And again, before I come to you with the presentation tonight, I'd like all of you who are joining by way of social media, Facebook, YouTube, to go ahead and populate your platforms. I'm going to be bringing to you a very, very special message for those of you joining from Africa. Africa, I am talking about the scheduled African Cup of Nations that is coming up in the French Cameroon, in La République du Cameroon. I've got a very special message for the organizers of this competition in Ambazonia. Again, so tune in, stay put. That is the thrust of my broadcast today. I'm going to be bringing to you that message in the course of the broadcast. But again, please, you quickly hit your share button in the next 5 minutes. For those of you watching by way of Facebook, I want to see 1,000 people in the next 5 minutes on this screen. On this screen, I want to see 1,000 people. And for those of you joining from the rest of Africa, it is important that I introduce ABS once more to you. ABS, as the name goes, Africa Broadcasting Service, beginning January, is going to be Africa's own CNN, Africa's own Al Jazeera, or Africa's own BBC. Ladies and gentlemen, ABS is all about news, 24/7. We're going to be bringing you breaking news beginning January from across Africa, from the south to the north, from the east to the west of Africa, again beginning in January. And so we'd like you to stay put, to stay tuned in. Stay tuned in, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned in. That's what we're going to be bringing to you in the days ahead. In the days ahead. African news, breaking news, interviews, commentaries, and of course, again, news. So that is what ABS is all about. We are covering right now West Africa, all of West Africa. In January, we're going to be covering all of Africa. And so we are right now at the moment recruiting freelance TV reporters all over Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a journalist with experience reporting the news, television news in particular, we'd like you to reach us at the email address info@absafricatv.com. info@absafricatv.com. And of course, you can also check us at the website absafricatv.com. absafricatv.com. And for those of you who have been asking how you can support ABS, you get to the website absafricatv.com. You find donation links to be able to support the initiative that we bring to you here. So thank you again. I see over 400, 1,000 to start, ladies and gentlemen. So please, I am waiting. I am waiting for you to hit that share button to bring in, ladies and gentlemen, everybody out there. Let them join the broadcast to know the anchor man is here. Let me take a brief 2 seconds break. While you hit your share button, I want to see those numbers jumping. Give me 1,000 people before I come to you with this presentation tonight. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I look forward to you hitting that share button and inviting every African out there to join this very special presentation that I bring to you. Again, I'm going to be talking, the thrust of this broadcast tonight is about the African Cup of Nations that is coming up in Ambazonia, organized illegally, illegitimately, ladies and gentlemen, by La République du Cameroon, a neighboring country, and the African Union. Of course, you know, CAF is a subsidiary of the African Union. So it is all about politics, and coming out of the Ambazonian intergovernmental meeting yesterday, Ambazonians from every county agreed that CAF be banned from taking place in Ambazonia. And so I'm going to be bringing you that little presentation about that. I will be joined by Bishop John Egiawan and the Foreign Secretary of the Interim Government of Ambazonia, Dr. Elad Kisito. They both will be joining me in this broadcast, and we will take your phone calls briefly before the end of the broadcast. So please, the numbers are not rising to my liking. For those of you who have joined Facebook, I like to see 1,000 people within the next 3 minutes, please. Within the next 3 minutes, let's get 1,000 people. And while you are doing so, let me bring to you some update that I got here, ladies and gentlemen. I am learning that in Bamenda, the colonial governor, ladies and gentlemen, the colonial governor of Bamenda, whom you find on your screen, Lele Lafrique, he recently clicked a master's degree in what? In public law. A master's degree in public law from the University of Bamenda. The information goes that the colonial governor enrolled in the University of Bamenda in 2020. We are still in 2021, and of course, we are aware that 2021 is not even over. 2021 is not even over, and the colonial governor of Bamenda, who enrolled in the University of Bamenda, already got a master's degree, earned a master's degree in law from the University of Bamenda. The information says first-class honors in public law. First-class honors in public law. The administrator enrolled in the institution in 2020 is now a master's degree holder. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? That the governor who enrolled in the University of Bamenda in 2020, the month is not even indicated, is coming out already in less than 1 year, ladies and gentlemen, less than 1 year, with a master's in public law. And of course, as in the days of Idi Amin, the colonial governor came first in his class. The colonial governor came first in his class, ladies and gentlemen, in less than 1 year. This is one of the problems Ambazonians are fighting for against La République du Cameroon, against the watering of our educational system. How do you imagine that somebody will enroll in the university and in less than 1 year, make it with a master's degree, and he is first in his class? Like Idi Amin will be first in everything in his country in those days. L'Afrique. Again, these are some of the things why Ambazonians fight against the watering of our educational system by these francophones. They move into the college and they force the institution to lower the standards so that they can be accommodated. Now, you will all recall that when the University of Boya started, you could not gain admission into the University of Boya, and I want to hope that it was the same thing in Bamenda. You could not gain admission into the University of Boya without English in the ordinary level certificate. I think so, not even A level. You could not be enrolled into the University of Boya without obtaining English at the ordinary level certificate. But once Francophones wanted to come in, ladies and gentlemen, they lowered the system, the standards, and opened a floodgate whereby Francophones could come in without any scores in the English language. And so University of Boya is what it is today. Because every day, now you understand, they are now moving to Akonolinga, right? Moving into Akonolinga, where the standards will be set from Akonolinga. I hope you get that. The standards will be set from Akonolinga, and Boya will essentially become an annex. They are starting in Akonolinga as an annex. But then, by the moment they are established in Akonolinga, Boya, the original campus, will essentially become an annex. That is, God forbid, we fail in taking back our country from that damn country, La République du Cameroon. And so the governor of the Northern Zone, L'Afrique, gets into the University of Bamenda, and in less than 1 year, he grabs a master's degree. A master's degree in public law. I have never seen a university that offers a master's degree in less than 1 year. Less than 1 year, ladies and gentlemen. That is what is going on in that country, and that is the reason why Ambazonians fight. And we will have to fight until we grab that which rightfully belongs to us. So please hit your share button. I want to see the numbers jumping on my Facebook page here. I want to see the numbers jumping. Every one of you who have joined, please, I want to see you hitting your share button. We must hit 1,000 on Facebook before I bring you this presentation, because I would love every one of you to carry it out there to the international community, to the African nation participating in this Afcon competition taking place in Ambazonia, as announced by La République du Cameroon and CAF. I've got a very special message for them, and I need your collaboration to take this message out. So hit your share button while you do so. And again, don't forget, you are watching ABS, Africa Broadcasting Service, the newly created Africa News Service. Again, when you think of African news in the order of CNN, in the order of Al Jazeera, in the order of BBC or DW, Deutsche Welle, that is what we will be coming to you beginning January. So please again, go ahead, hit your share button. And while you do so, let me also bring you this news that is making the rounds. First of all, let me acknowledge the release of Lady Antoinette, the supposed former girlfriend of General Nopidi. We found out she was released. She was released early in the week. Yes, she was released. I think I think that was Tuesday or Wednesday. She was released thanks to the lawyers who mounted up pressure on the French colonial administrators. French colonial administrators occupying our territory precisely. I am talking about Boya. The lady was released. Of course, we cannot also ignore the pressure that we invoked from here. We want to believe under no circumstances, ladies and gentlemen, under no circumstances should anybody be picked up and put in prison for no crime, but just for the fact that she knows she has been a friend to somebody else for no reason. That should ever happen. And I understand also that the family of Field Marshal Nopiti is still being held in detention. They have not been released. They have not been released. Let me say this. My mother was picked up and locked up because they thought they could get me compromised with them or get Field Marshal, the king, compromised with them. My sister was also locked up hoping that I compromise with them or Field Marshal compromises with them. Of course, that never happened. And my mother was released about after 6 months. My sister languished in those Kondenge gulags for over a year and was eventually vindicated by their courts. But at least they were released. They were released because they found no crime that they committed. My crimes or my offense, if there are any, ladies and gentlemen, cannot be those of my mother, cannot be those of my sister. The same thing applies. The crimes or the offenses of Field Marshal, if there are any, cannot be, ladies and gentlemen, or transferred to his mother, to his sister. It is the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. The crimes or the offenses of Field Marshal Nopiti cannot be transferred to his parents, his brothers and sisters who have been picked up and they are still languishing in prison yards in La République du Cameroon. La République du Cameroon, they want to confront Field Marshal Nopiti. Let them follow him to the battlefield. The parents deserve their freedom. They deserve to be set free. Having said that, let me take you to this also piece of information that we have learned. We learned that some residents, in fact, these two people here, I think I'm told that they are husbands and wife. Ladies and gentlemen, husbands and wife, you can look at their faces. The face of this lady you see on your right and the young man left of your screen, I understand they are husband and wife. I may be wrong, but some quarters have said so, that these are husband and wife. Now, they were picked up by French Cameroon invading, occupying soldiers in Chomba, in their residence, as I told, in Chomba. Chomba is in Bamenda. They were picked up on December 10. Picked up on December 10, ladies and gentlemen, and taken to the gulags, and it appears they have never been seen. They have never been seen. They have not been seen. So one of them, called Mr. Apollo, was taken alongside his wife. I think these are the ones you find on the screen. Taken alongside his wife, according to testimonies, to an undisclosed location. The soldiers are believed to have invaded Chomba in search of Ambazonia restoration forces. And Mr. Apollo, whom I believe is the one on your left, Mr. Apollo, in his capacity as quarterhead, was taken by the soldiers who claim he knew the whereabouts of the separatist fighters. He thought, they claim he knew their whereabouts. He knew where they're hiding. The four individuals whose names are Chi Apollo, Tiku Solan, Suri Franca, and Swanka Bride were searched for by the population, from the army camp in Chomba, but have not been found since December 10. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the 17th, a full 1 week. They have not been found. Nobody knows where they are. The only thing that is known is that these men and women were abducted by French Cameroon military 1 week ago on December the 10th. And as of today, a search has been conducted and they have not been found. There is fear among the relatives of the arrested persons or abducted persons that they may be under severe torture. They may be under severe torture in the custody of the French Cameroon military. The family is now resting in their homes, hoping that one of these days, their family is released, ladies and gentlemen. We hope that the Cameroon government officials, they listen to us and locate the whereabouts of this man and woman and two others whose names I have just mentioned. Again, the names are Chi Apollo, Tiku Solange, Swiri Franca, and Inswaka Bride. Chi Apollo, Tiku Solange, Swiri Franca, and Inswaka Bride. These people are yet to be discovered, ladies and gentlemen. They have not been found. Their whereabouts isn't known. Their whereabouts isn't known. But what is known is that they were abducted by French Cameroon soldiers on December the 10th in Bamenda. And a manhunt has been launched for a search, but they have not been found. And the French Cameroon military has not as much as made any statement, ladies and gentlemen. They have not as much as made any statement in connection to the whereabouts of these four personalities just mentioned here. So, again, we hope that they get the news and they go and they release, because we have no doubt, these couples are in their custody. We need them released and released in good health. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, I don't see the numbers rising to my liking. I need to see at least 1,000 people. I bring to you a very, very critical presentation connected to this so-called African Cup of Nations that has been scheduled for Ambazonia beginning January 9, 2022. So please, we need to hit your share button, those of you watching by way of Facebook. Again, I will be joined after my presentation by Bishop John Egiawan and Dr. Elad Kisito, who happens to be the Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs here at the interim government of Ambazonia. So please, you go ahead and hit that share button quickly. hit that share button quickly so that I can bring to you the presentation. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that, please. Now, I'd like to bring you these images here, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to stay put and look at this. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you were not watching the right clip that I wanted brought to you, but we are talking about the hosting of the African Cup of Nations in La République du Cameroon. Now, Ambazonia is slated to be one of the host communities for this tournament. And today I bring you breaking news. Today I bring you breaking news, and the breaking news is, ladies and gentlemen, that Ambazonians, the Southern Cameroon's interim government, has actually banned the tournament from taking place in Ambazonia. There shall be no lockdown in Ambazonia. Some people are anticipating a lockdown in Ambazonia. No, there shall be no lockdown in Ambazonia in anticipation of this tournament. But again, the tournament is banned. The tournament is banned. Normal business, normal activities shall continue in Ambazonia throughout the period that is slated to host this African Cup of Nations. But in Ambazonia, as far as Ambazonia is concerned, the competition, the tournament is forbidden in Ambazonia, and we hope that French Cameroon gets this message, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot guarantee CAF or African authorities security for this tournament, for their players, for their visitors in Ambazonia. And because lives of Ambazonians are more important than football, than a mere cup, than a mere tournament, ladies and gentlemen, Ambazonians meeting yesterday from all the counties, meeting yesterday again, resolve that CAF withdraws that competition from Ambazonia because security will not be guaranteed. CAF and, of course, La République du Cameroon. At this moment, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring you the special presentation. I'm going to bring you the special presentation at this moment. And again, after the presentation, I will be joined by Bishop John Egiawan. So please stay put while I bring to you this very special presentation again on the hosting of this so-called African Cup of Nations in Ambazonia. And as heads up, that Nations Cup is not going to take place in Ambazonia. As you all are aware, ladies and gentlemen, the Confederation of African Football has slated the next African Cup of Nations for our territory, the Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia, beginning January 9, 2022. Afcon is a jamboree that every African nation craves for the opportunity to host. It is considered the continent's most prestigious trophy. The people of Ambazonia would indeed have been very excited to host it. But for the current invasion and occupation of the country by La République du Cameroon. Besides, CAF authorities do not appear to have realized that La République du Cameroon and the Southern Cameroons are two separate countries. Perhaps the very reason why they do not carry out any consultations with Ambazonian authorities and people before scheduling the tournament in Victoria, or they called it Limbe. CAF chose rather to consult and to collaborate closely with authorities in La République du Cameroon, our colonizer and oppressor. La République du Cameroon has occupied Ambazonia illegally and forcefully since 1961 and has maintained the occupation and hegemony with such a reign of terror that has seen over 30,000 of our people killed in the last 5 years alone. That the officials of CAF will be working with Cameroon authorities and North Ambazonian authorities in the planning of this tournament, ladies and gentlemen, is illegitimate and totally unacceptable in the eyes of Ambazonians who see themselves as a sovereign nation, just as La République du Cameroon. It is also worth noting that the African Union, the umbrella group behind CAF, for 5 years, since the escalation of the conflict between the two countries, has paid a deaf ear to Ambazonians' groans under the weight of colonization, oppression, and genocidal killings by La République du Cameroon. The people of the Southern Cameroons consider the aloofness of the AU to the 5-year conflict as tacit endorsement of La République du Cameroon's occupation of the Southern Cameroons and her accompanying genocidal crimes on Ambazonian citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, as a sovereign nation that the Southern Cameroons is, we consider the action of CAF scheduling a tournament of this caliber in our territory without prior consultations an affront and an infringement on our territorial sovereignty. La République du Cameroon no longer has any authority to organize or cause to be organized any international events in the Southern Cameroons. The only relationship that exists between La République du Cameroon and the Southern Cameroons is that of close neighbors. Yes, we lived together before for about 60 years, but the relationship became irreconcilable and led to a breakup on September 22, 2017. The people of the Southern Cameroons and Ambazonia took their destiny into their hands. Whether CAF or the African Union believes it or not, or likes it or not, doesn't really matter. What matters is the resolve of the people of Ambazonia to never again, and I mean never again, live together with La République du Cameroon. If the AU has any doubts as to the degree of our determination, they are reminded that Somaliland has been a nation unrecognized by the African Union for over 30 years. Yet, that hasn't stopped Somaliland from being considered an independent country, an independent nation. The people of Ambazonia expected Afcon organizers to have put this event together in close consultation and collaboration with the interim government of Ambazonia. Such consultations were never made. CAF has rather been working with Cameroon authorities to force this tournament on the people of Ambazonia. As the spokesperson for the people of Ambazonia, may I make it very, very clear to Afcon authorities, the Southern Cameroons does not welcome Afcon in their country. The Republic of Cameroon is trespassing by trying to arrogate to herself certain powers she doesn't have over the Southern Cameroon's territory and people. Ambazonians therefore bring this warning 3 weeks before the start of the tournament to all African teams, their players, the officials, and football lovers who plan to descend on Ambazonia for the tournament, that the Republic of Cameroon cannot guarantee any of you security in Ambazonia. Cameroon has absolutely no handle over the security situation in Ambazonia. Cameroon has for 5 years not been able to guarantee the security of school children and the classrooms. Cameroon invading soldiers have not been able, ladies and gentlemen, to stop Ambazonia restoration forces. In fact, Cameroon has lost some of our finest soldiers in the hands of brave Ambazonia restoration fighters. Cameroon forces do not control the cities of Limbeo, Victoria, and Boya. They will not control the hotels either, the restaurants, and the playing grounds in these cities. Cameroon soldiers will not control transportation either. For those of you who may not want to believe until you see it, let me explain to you why Ambazonia will resist this tournament from taking place in their territory with every fiber of blood within them, ladies and gentlemen. If they fail, if the tournament takes place, the Republic of Cameroon will go out there and say, you see? No, they will say to the international community, you see, we told you. We are wrapping up the crisis. They call it crisis. There is no war. All that you hear about out there is mere propaganda, they will say. We know what is in the playbook of La République du Cameroun, and Ambazonia will deny them that narrative. We are therefore pleading with you, planning to come in from across Africa, Europe, Asia, the rest of the world. Please do not come to the Southern Cameroons to have your lives wasted. We will defend our territory with all the money, all the wisdom, all the war gear, and all the blood that we still have. Afcon officials in Cairo in particular should take particular note. Do not say you were not warned. Stopping this tournament is for Southern Cameroonians a matter of life and death. This tournament will not be played over the corpses and graves of our families that French Cameroon soldiers continue to kill. The interim government is asking every Southern Cameroonian in the axis of Tico, Boya, and Victoria to please remain home. Stay home on the days the matches are scheduled to take place. It will be too risky for you to go out. This is not a call for a lockdown. Not at all. No. The interim government is not calling for any lockdown. Businesses shall remain open throughout, and movement shall not be restricted. However, everybody is advised to stay home when the matches are played. That is if they think they will defy this injunction. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the very special message for Afcon authorities, CAF authorities, Cairo in particular. Again, these matches will take place in Victoria or in Boya over the corpses of Ambazonians. It will be a matter of life and death, because with everything that we've got, we are going to defend our territorial sovereignty. Ladies and gentlemen, we will defend our territorial sovereignty with all that we can. I think the world is looking at us. The world is looking at us. Now look at something that they are trying to do. I have seen some international campaign going on, and the excuse for which they want to stop, they want this football tournament to be postponed, they say because of COVID-19. Because of COVID-19. Ladies and gentlemen, can you imagine how far the international, so-called international community would go to cover up the killings in Ambazonia? They don't have the courage and the boldness with which to say, no, stop the matches because of the killings. Stop the matches because of the war. Stop the matches because of genocide. No, they said COVID-19. How many cases of COVID-19 do we have in Ambazonia? How many, ladies and gentlemen? Even in the damn republic east of the Mongo, how many COVID-19 cases do they have? The international community, so-called, is being very, very disingenuous, dishonest. People have died in their thousands. We are told, according to Radio France Internationale, over 30,000 people have been killed in this war. Yet, I have not seen one article in any major newspaper that says, stop the tournament because there is war. They say because of COVID-19. I think this is a complicity within the international community. Why can't they speak? Why can't they speak the truth? Why can't they say, hey, this thing cannot go on because of the killings in Ambazonia, the war in Ambazonia, the insecurity in Ambazonia? They say because of COVID-19. This is very, very laughable. I am joined, ladies and gentlemen, by Bishop John Egiawan. I believe that Secretary Elard will be joining any moment soon. But Bishop John, you hear me, sir. But first of all, it's great to have you.
Thank you, Secretary Chris. Thanks for inviting me, and greetings to all the viewers.
Thank you, sir. You hear me, Bishop John. I call this hypocrisy of the first order. The international community is saying, I have read their stories in different newspapers. All over the internet, you see, the African Cup of Nations may be postponed in Cameroon because of COVID. The African Cup of Nations, Afcon, may be postponed because of COVID. Because of COVID. What dishonesty, what level of dishonesty, Bishop John? How many cases of COVID exist in the two countries, Ambazonia and La République du Cameroon? How many? Tell me, sir, if you know any.
Secretary Chris, I'm not in the public health department to be able to tell you that, but I know that there's nothing like that going on in Ambazonia. You know, Secretary Chris, it shouldn't surprise us. We know who these people are. We know how complacent the African community or the international community in Africa. We know how complacent the French, the supporters of La République du Cameroon, they have been concerning this. They have tried everything to deny the existence of this war, but we are not going to let them. Yes, the thing is that they continue to make a very big mistake by not coming to the table to have a peaceful negotiation for a peaceful separation or a negotiated settlement so far as this our war is concerned. This war that was declared on us. Now they are the one who are going to lose. They are the one who are going to lose because they are making matters worse. It is just going from frying pan to fire, like they used to say. It is getting worse, and La Republic is going to be the biggest loser, because I want to let everybody know that so far as this quest for independence or the restoration of the independence of Southern Cameroon is concerned, the Ambazonians have signed and have willed that they will get to Boya, and Ambazonia will be free from from the hands of this colonial annexationists. It will not happen. We will be free. So they can do anything. They can sugarcoat it. They can say it is because of COVID or whatever. They know that it is because of the war. We showed them a taste of it thanks to Mullah Eti and his fighters and the Ambazonia restoration fighters that are fighting with him or under his command in Fako. Just a taste of that was shown in the trade fair that wanted to take place in Boya. That's why, Secretary Chris, I join you to call on all Ambazonians that the day of the matches in Victoria, nobody should step out of their house. The days of the matches, please, we don't want innocent Ambazonians to die. We don't want people to lose their limbs, to lose to get wounded or to be killed because of what the Ambazonian Restoration Forces are going to do. Let me tell you, what we are supposed to do has already taken place. Just like Secretary Chris said, they will not be able to protect every bar. They will not be able to protect every hotel. They will not be able to protect every vehicle, every transportation. People are going to die if La Republic dares. If they dare bring this match into Ambazonia, people are going to die. That's why we are passing this message to the international community. All the players who are coming, please don't come into Ambazonia for the sake of your life. If you lost your life, the money you are coming to make is not worth your life. Don't come and give La Republic credibility that they have control over this war. La Republic does not have control over this war. They have lost control over this war, and they are trying everything to cover up the genocide that is in Ambazonia. That's why they are inviting you. They are inviting you to make their case known to the international community. I don't know why the international community continues to believe in this deceitful country, this country with a deceitful leadership. We all know about French. They are the child of France. They are the children of France. France is the #1 deceptive, most evil country in the world, working with terrorists to destroy and destabilize Africa. That's what they are doing. And they are doing the same thing right now in Ambazonia because of interest, because of economic interest. So all that thing that is corona because of coronavirus, we all know that is a big fat lie. It is because of the war in Ambazonia. We don't want that match to take place or the matches to take place in Ambazonia. That is it. It is banned. And anybody who dares to come into that field or whoever leaves any country or the neighboring country of La Republic and come to Ambazonia on the days of that match, I am sorry for you. That's it. That's all I can say. I'm sorry for you because you failed to heed to this warning.
Yes. Bishop John, I just chronicle a little piece of history there. This event has been going on. In fact, I would like our audience to please listen to this footage here. These are Ambazonians. When I stated that we are no longer part of La République du Cameroon, I want the population to hear it, ladies and gentlemen, from the lips of Ambazonian themselves. Listen, and then after that, I'm going to come to you with a little thought that I brought in my monologue. Let's listen to this.
Because all of our brothers, they have escaped from Cameroon. Yes. All of them are abroad because of this situation. Yes. But we are asking the regime to release all the detainees. Yes. Because we are not ready for any war. Yes. We are ready for a gentleman peace talks. Yes. We call on United Nations once again and the African Union. that we are not ready to die. Let them liberate the people. The people want to be liberated. An Englishman is a gentleman.
Bishop John, those are Ambazonians, our people. We are not ready for war. We are calling for the African Union to intervene. This was in 2017. It's been 5 years since this demonstration, this protest. The African Union has not as much as raised a voice or issued a statement about the conflict in Ambazonia. But what they want to do is to come to Ambazonia to host their international trophy. How reckless can we describe this organization, so-called African Union, Bishop John?
Secretary Chris, it shouldn't surprise you, and it shouldn't surprise anybody. Do you know that the African nation is being sponsored by China and France? The African nation. The countries in Africa are not able to sponsor their own organization of themselves. They depend on foreign aid, no matter how rich Africa is, to be able to support themselves. They are being sponsored by France. If they do not heed to France, if they do not do what France want them to do, they are not going to receive money to go and stay in luxurious hotel when they are going to Addis Ababa, or carry on all their mission in the name of OAU, or the African Union, so that is what it is. They are just dancing to the tune of the master, Secretary Chris. France controls Africa. I am very surprised when I learned of this. China, that building that the African nation is even there, it was built by the Chinese. The Chinese built it for them, and they cannot even maintain it.
And the Chinese built that headquarters in Addis Ababa and wired it, so that Africans have no secret when they sit in there, discuss on anything. China is tapping on it.
Yes, that's true, Secretary. So you see, now you are talking about this kind of leadership, this kind of presidents, this kind of countries who cannot even build and establish their own institution, their own union as they have it, and they depend on foreign aid to manage a union of African countries. Then what do you expect? They are just dancing in the tune of France. France does not want the international community to know the extent of genocide that is being perpetrated in Ambazonia. And that's why these people, they are just dancing. They are just doing, not that they don't know. They know these things, Secretary Chris. We shouldn't be surprised. In fact, Africa is at the mercy of France and Chinese. They are the mercy of these countries. The people like the United States, they want to say something, but because of all the alliances that they have, I call them evil alliances that they have, and because of selfish interests, they are not able to say something. They keep saying that we urge all the two parties to go to the root cause of the problem, or look at the root. What kind of nonsense is that? But you see them sending troops to other parts of the world. Secretary Chris, I was a soldier in the United States Army. It didn't take us time to go to Iraq. We were there. I was there twice. We went there fighting, defending the Iraqis for causes like this. But I'm surprised that America cannot make such decision when we have lost over 30,000 innocent people in Ambazonia, and the lives of the children the future of the children is being destroyed. Many children are being killed, and a whole nation is being destroyed. And the Americans cannot take similar decision like they took to go to Iraq. So I'm very surprised. Not that Ambazonia is not rich. Ambazonia is one of the richest piece of real estate that is in this world today. And it's for that reason that France has decided not to let go, and all these, their evil allies, you hear of the allies, that's why they are sitting quiet and letting it. So this message goes to the Ambazonians. We must fight, and we must win the fight. It is in our hands. We have to become like Somaliland or whatever they call. It is our fight. If we do not fight, these people will not let us go. So we have to fight. So the people on ground zero has a very important role to play. It means they have to boycott everything La Republique inside Ambazonia. They have to boycott anything that will give legitimacy to La Republique in Ambazonia. This is the sacrifice you have to make. So I don't know why you are so excited. Is this football, is it better than your life? Is it better than the life of our brothers and sisters who have been killed, and you want to go to the field? To go and do what? You want to go there, you are supporting, you bought ticket. I had somebody bragging already, and they should leave us to go to the football. We have already bought your ticket. Ticket my food. Is that ticket that is going to do what? Is that ticket going to bring back all those children who have been killed in Ambazonia? Ticket my food. Did you buy the ticket for 1 million? Even if it's 1 million, is that 1 million worth the life of people? Is that 1 million worth the future of Ambazonia? So I keep saying this, that those we have on ground zero and this complacent elites that we have in Ambazonia who are making merry and marriage with La République du Cameroon, they are our enablers who are destroying us. I mean, they are enablers of La République who are holding back our victory. We should have won this war earlier if all Ambazonians have come to be one, if all these elites have left La République and stopped giving La République some legitimacy inside Ambazonia. So we want Ambazonians to stop giving legitimacy to La République by not listening to them and by boycotting all their activities to make it feel as if there's no war taking place in Ambazonia.
Well, Bishop John, we hope that they get it now. This tournament is very, very critical for all of us, for all Ambazonians, and I have stated that this is a matter of life and death, because La République du Cameroon is looking forward to sending a message, a very strong one in that matter, to the entire world. Should this tournament take place anywhere in Ambazonia, number one, La République will say there is no war going on. You know, they've been trying at all costs to cancel the fact that there is war going on to no avail. But should they succeed to host even one of these matches in Ambazonia, they got a message to tell the world that there is no war. It's just some crisis, just a pocket of few misguided individuals who are carrying out terrorism acts in Ambazonia. Have we done enough? You are in the intelligence community here. Have we done enough to see that these marches do not take place in Ambazonia?
Secretary Chris, we have done what we can do. We have done what we can do with the limited resources that we have. The key is our human intelligence, and the key is our intelligence within the La République leadership and within the La République military. We have been planning for this very long before now, because we know that La République has a lot of military in civilian clothing all over Victoria right now, and we are aware of this. We know where some of them are, and we know what they are planning to do. And Secretary Chris, let me just point this out to you before I continue, that La République have decided many times, and they just had a meeting in Yaoundé, and they decided that the only way to make Ambazonians to give up in this war is to terrorize Ambazonians. They are going to kill, they are going to burn houses, they are going to frustrate Ambazonians until Ambazonians on ground zero are going to give up. That's what they have been doing. So I want to warn Ambazonia that more killings are going to come by La République du Cameroon. More killings are going to take place, and they are going to be killing people not indiscriminately, but targeting only Ambazonians to kill. As we can see that most of the killing and the burning of houses and businesses is it is the houses and businesses of Ambazonian citizens that are being destroyed. No La République house is being touched. So I want you people to know that La République is bent on having their way, and they want to do this by intimidating you, by killing and destroying properties, so that you should give up your will to fight, so that you should give up your will to stand for what is right, so that you should give up your future, and you should give up the future of your children, and you should give up the future of your children's children, and give up the future of Ambazonia. But I don't want us to be terrorized. I don't want us to let go of our plight, or to let go of what we are fighting for. I want us to think that many of us, we are going to make the sacrifice, but for us to have a better future, like some of us are enjoying America today, is because some people made that sacrifice. Some people made that sacrifice for us to have the kind of America we have today. So, Ambazonians, I'm calling on you that we should not listen to La Republic, and we should not let La Republic terrorize us. We should not let La Republic to intimidate us, and we should not give in to the psychological warfare that La Republic is having on Ambazonians to make you give up. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, La Republic has all these plainclothes soldiers everywhere, but we are working with some of them. Some of them have been working with us. That's the only way we know some of these things. And we have been doing our best to strategize, to place things in the right places, to bury the things in. Because, Chris, let me tell you the truth. I want to tell you the truth. The only thing that has been holding our hands is Ambazonian citizens. You know, La Republic is using Ambazonians like a human shield. It is because we really care about lives. We don't want to kill. If we wanted to kill our secretaries, we have been blowing up deadly explosive. We have possessions of deadly explosive right now. We have grown. We have learned. But for the sake of life, that's why we are pleading with Ambazonians. Please stay away. Stay away. Stay away from this field. Stay away. Go. Leave this during the days of these matches. Please, I beg you. Your life is so important to us. We cannot fight like this and all our people are dying. Your life is important to us. So stay away. But if you think that because of you, we are going to give up our right to independence, it is a big fat lie. Even if it would be one man, last person standing to enjoy the independence of Southern Cameroon, that is what is going to happen, because it will be the last man standing. We are not going to give up this fight for any reason. There's no reason good enough for us to give up the fight for our independence. No reason is good. So
Bishop
stay
John,
out of our way by staying at home.
Bishop John, you and I, we are very much conversant of the Francophone population in Victoria, in Tico, in Mutengene, in Boya, Munya, this axis. Are we going to be able to stop them from passing through any of the stadia slated for any of these marches? Because we know these are the traitors who will go there, who will be there at the opening of the gate.
Said Chris, I want to tell you something. Ambazonians are very peace-loving people. Ambazonians are merciful people, and it is that our mercy that is killing us. We are so merciful that we don't want to do, sometimes we don't want to do what it would take for us to win this war. It would take the shedding of blood, and it would take the killing of some of these stubborn La Republic people that we are so careful about. You know, until we start to really do what we have to do, because these are the people that are giving legitimacy to La Republic in Ambazonia. These are the people who are acting like spies. You know, La Republic had already calculated this, and La Republic has flooded their citizens in Sonara. All them, I can say that maybe about 99% of the people working in Sonara, they are La Republic of half ties to La Republic. The few Ambazonians who work there maybe were put there by their grandfather or man, no man. But most of them are La Republic citizens. And they came there, bought properties, bought land, and built houses. La Republic has been planning this thing since from the beginning of the annexation of Southern Cameroon, Secretary Chris. So they knew what they were going to do. That's why you see Victoria is full of all these civilians. But I tell you that for us to really win this war, it's either the La Republic citizens, they reason with us and they leave and they go away, or many of them are going to go in coffins or dead bodies. That's what I want to say, because we have to come to that point in this war where we are not going to be merciful to anybody, because that's where La Republic is pushing us to. La Republic is pushing us to do this, and for the sake of Amazonia, and just like what I said, nothing will stop us from getting our independence. If it means killing them all, we will do it. So we are pleading with them that they better get out themselves and that they stop impeding our way to independence.
Well, we hope they listen to us, and they listen to what is considered to be the overwhelming opinion of Ambazonians on ground zero, who do not want to see. I mean, I've received messages receive audios from ground zero and people saying they don't want it over their dead bodies, over their dead bodies. Now, unlike in other events where we had to declare lockdowns and ghost towns, this time, no lockdown, no ghost towns other than the regular Monday ghost towns. What is the wisdom? What is the wisdom about? Give our people the wisdom about that.
Well, I want to say that we want our people to go about their lives, and we have some agents within the La Republic military that are helping us. If we declare a lockdown, it will be very difficult for some of these La Republic agents who have sacrificing to support us to be able to do what they have to do. So we don't want to have a lockdown. We don't have to have a lockdown. We want to make sure we stop this thing, and we want to make sure the message goes across to the international community. If we do a lockdown, we might not be able to achieve that goal. So we want the international community to know that we mean business. Just like they saw in the trade fair, it was just a test. Secretary Chris, it was a test. Everything is in place, and I'm just praying that the people might listen and stay away from those places, and that the international community might listen and stay away from there. I'm really pleading and begging that people should they should cherish their life and not come and lose their life in Ambazonia just to support a wicked regime that is trying to cover up genocide.
What is trending, as you can find on your screen right now, Bishop John, that is Samuel Eto Fields, who has, recently been voted as the president of the Cameroon Football Federation. He seems to be what is trending in Cameroon at the moment, especially when it comes to football and the hosting of these Afcon matches. They are trying to use his identity, his personality, his success, his popularity to placate the the African community to bring these matches to Cameroon, not to cancel them. Do you see this working?
It is not going to work. I want to say that to Eto, we love Eto, we respect him because he represents football in Africa. But Eto Fils is a coward. He's a coward who loves money and loves fame and power more than the lives
Who
of
doesn't
people.
love money?
No, but look, Secretary Chris, people are more than money. People use their position like Eto Fils to influence humanitarian activities to support the lives of people, or to be able to stop things like this. If Eto can just stand up and rally and mobilize some of the celebrities that he is in contact with, this thing will end. But Eto is complacent, and Eto doesn't care. All he cares about the money and the name he's going to make, and going around Ambazonia. Look at all those people around Eto, Secretary Chris. They are all military people. They are military people in civilian clothing, as you see them like this. All those people. When he came to Victoria, all those people you saw around him, they were military. They were military. You saw military.
Right.
So why? Because they know that it's unsafe, and Eto is just trying to carry on a colonial task. It is the task of the colonial master that has been given to Eto to just go ahead and do what he's doing. Eto is not doing anything that he's doing that is for the good of mankind. He's doing that for the interest of La Republic, and because he's somebody who doesn't care about the lives that have been lost in Ambazonia.
Now, the Eto, the one they use as the ambassador for these matches, he has been to Victoria, Boya on a number of occasions. He has never for once uttered a word to condemn the killings in Ambazonia, or even to say, no, stop this war. He has never. Yet, when he was in Victoria and Boya recently, when he won this trophy, this presidency of CAF, and then there were Ambazonians who were out there celebrating and praising him. I love one thing, one person only who stood out, Agbo Gibet, mustered the courage to step out and say, what are you Ambazonian celebrating about? This is one man who has never condemned the killings, the atrocities, the genocide in our country. Gilbert did so. No other person did that. But I don't know. Tell me, Bishop John, what is in the mind, the heads of Ambazonia when they begin to idolize people like this who care little about them?
Secretary Chris, because some of these people in Ambazonia, they haven't tested this war. If they have been in places like Bui, Gokitunja, Lebialem, they will not be doing what they are doing. Some of these people grew up in the cities in Boya and Victoria, and they don't see this war as anything to them. And some of them, they have even lost, they have been so La Republicanized or Cameroonized that they have lost their sense of purpose. Some of these people don't even know what they are doing. I don't know. You see, Secretary Chris, why people are dying, some other people don't care. And these are the Ambazonians who don't care that is making this war longer. They are the people who say they are making this war longer because these are the people who are enabling La Republic in our land and they are working with La Republic. So, Chris, something I want to tell you also is that La Republic have spent billions of dollars to corrupt the minds of certain Southern Cameroonians, especially the elite. And then some of these people who are hungry, La Republic deceived them with 5,000, 10,000. A lot of women have betrayed our people, girls, because of hunger. And La Republic sees this and take advantage of their vulnerability with money, and they have deceived many Ambazonians to betray other Ambazonians. So this is what is really going on, Secretary Chris. La Republic have spent a lot of money, and there are some people who don't have a moral compass. They prefer to take money and to betray their fellow Ambazonians and to betray the nation of Ambazonia and to betray the future of Ambazonia. So that those are people in the likes of that, Secretary Chris, who are praising Eto and they don't care about what happens to Ambazonia. That's the kind of people who are. But I want to tell you something, Secretary Chris. It doesn't take 50% of a population to bring about a revolution. Let me tell you, many of these Ambazonians, when we bring them this freedom, they will enjoy it. But like I think TED, the non-profit organization that goes around, they do statistics and all kind of research. They says it takes only about 3.75% of the population to bring about a revolution. That's what we are more than 3.75% in Ambazonia who are fighting for the independence of Southern Cameroon. There's no way we cannot win this independence, despite all this corruption, despite all these black legs and enablers in our midst. We will still win this war because we are determined. It will be last man standing, no matter what La Republic does, no matter what these enablers in Ambazonia do, they are losers.
All right. We hope that they remain losers indeed. These marches are just about 3 weeks to go, Bishop John, just 3 weeks to go. Again, we are not calling for a lockdown. We're not calling for any ghost towns, except for our regular Monday ghost towns. What else is expected of Ambazonians? Because I know that so much is expected from the diaspora. At a meeting yesterday, I heard the counties and the LG is talking about their preparedness in the diaspora to make sure that every diplomatic mission in Africa and in Europe get to know that Ambazonia is saying no to the African Cup of Nations taking place in their territory.
Secretary Chris, Ambazonians are very, very critical. They don't want this to happen inside Ambazonia. And even some of our restoration fighters have signed death. They have signed death. We have not seen suicide bombing in Ambazonia yet, but if we see suicide bombing in this in Victoria, we should not be surprised. I'm just saying this in passing. So if we see anything like that, we should not be surprised. That's how serious certain Ambazonians or some Ambazonians are so far as this Afcon is concerned. So that's why I'm really pleading that people should listen to this warning that we have given them, and they should stay away, and that the international community should really value the life of a single player. They should value the life of a single civilian and not send them to Victoria. They should not send anybody to Ambazonia. Let them play all the matches in La Republic. We are not stopping. Let them play all the matches in La Republic. But sending somebody to Ambazonia, you are sending them to go and die. You are sending them to go and lose a limb. You are sending them to go and get wounded. you are sending them to go and get traumatized. The Ambazonians are ready to die for this cause. So we should not be surprised to see things like that. It has never happened in Ambazonia yet, Secretary Chris, but we are getting there.
All right. Secretary Elliott was supposed to join us. Apparently, he has not been able to join. At this moment, Bishop John, you're going to stay put in there. We will open the phone lines, and I'd like to hear, particularly from Ground Zero, what they think about this, and whether they think that this decision coming from the interim government is what they expected. So the phone lines are open. I am ready to take your calls, but before we get there, again, Bishop John, we know that
yes,
we promised hell on Chan, and Chan took place. I just want to hope that this does not repeat itself. I'm saying this to you because you are in the defense and intelligence community. Ambazonians going to say victory. I mean victory in the sense of no Afcon in Ambazonia.
Secretary Chris, you know, like what I told you is money corruption. There were certain things that took place in Chan. Some of the ARFs or the fighters that were engaged in carry on some of the operation that's supposed to take place during the time, they were compromised, and some of them took money, and they were bribed heavily, and that's what I'm telling you, that some certain Ambazonians are the one that are making this war to go longer. But we since know, we learned from that, and we are doing what we can or what we have to do to make sure it doesn't repeat itself. So we have people that nobody knows, and we have La Republique citizens also working with us, giving us all the intelligence, and they are going to facilitate some certain things to happen for us. I really want to bless these people who stand for justice, who who acknowledges the evil that is being perpetrated by their country on innocent Ambazonians, and they want to do something. They just want to talk, and I am very thankful to these people. And I ask myself this question, that if foreigners like this can really care for us to do what they are doing, then why are our own people instead betraying us? Why are Ambazonians instead not listening to us, instead taking money from La Republique to enable La Republique to have their way in Ambazonia, when you have La Republique citizens losing their jobs, going to prison? Secretary Chris, I know of many La Republique soldiers who are in prison, and some who have run away because they support us and because they wanted to do the right thing. So they made that sacrifice. But Ambazonians, they don't care. They just want the money. They don't want to eat. They just want to live their life, and they don't. And in fact, the people have no sense of the future. You know, they are so satisfied about life that they don't even know what a good life is, because the Ambazonia we are fighting for is going to be one of the best countries in the world. You see, many people leave Africa now to go to Dubai. It took a very short time for Dubai to be transformed to become what it is now, that is welcoming everybody in the world. I keep telling people that Ambazonia is going to be more than Dubai. It's going to be better than Dubai, because we have all the natural resources with us there, and we have people who are capable of doing the right thing and to build a better Ambazonia for everybody. So please, Ambazonians, don't give up hope, and don't sell your birthright. Don't sell your right to citizenship to La Republique by being their agent on their enablers. Just copy from what some of these La Republique people are doing to help us. And if they can do this, sacrifice their life to assist us, then you, who is an Ambazonian, why would you take the chances to betray us?
All right, Bishop John, before we get to the phone calls, I want to call the attention of Ambazonians out there about this article written in the Morning Star in the UK. You can get that article. You want to get that article, go to morningstaronline.co.uk. Again, morningstaronline.co.uk. That article is quite illuminating and coming from a member of UK Parliament. A member of UK Parliament. We will love every Ambazonian to get on Morning Star Online, morningstaronline.co.uk. Please tweet that article. Tweet that article to every official in the world that you can. Again, tweet that article, and again, that article is found at morningstaronline.co.uk. morningstaronline.co.uk. This is the British parliamentarian who attended our Unmasking event or launching about a week ago. She has penned a very powerful article titled atrocity that, an international atrocity that is being ignored. An international atrocity that is being ignored. Again, written by a member of the British Parliament. I'm hoping to get her here one of these days, but she has penned a very powerful article, an international atrocity being ignored, and I would love every one of you out there, please, check out that article and tweet it to every power that you know. It is very important because coming from a member of the British Parliament, that can go a long way to help also in stopping, in persuading powers that be to stopping this Afcon taking place in Ambazonia. All right, we will go to the phone calls now, ladies and gentlemen. You have the number there. I am surprised that since nobody has called yet. So the phone line is right there on your screen. Go ahead, call in, let's know what you are thinking about this Afcon thing slated for Ambazonia. Bishop John, talk a little bit about. Yes, please.
Yeah, let me say something about that, the lady. You know, I want to say that Unmask is a very, very wonderful program that has been launched by the Hope Relief Foundation. Hope Relief Foundation is a non-profit organization in the United States, and they really saw that Ambazonians are suffering, and they took upon themselves to mobilize the rest of the world to expose the genocide that is being perpetrated in southern Cameroon. So Unmask is a very, very wonderful project that is to help a lot of Ambazonians, and through this, the message of genocide, this a war is going to be revealed to a lot of people. Like we see the British parliamentarian now talking. She was a guest speaker during the launching of Unmask. She was a guest speaker, and I want to pray that all Ambazonians will join in by unmasking, by taking these messages, go to the Unmask website and share it. Share this website to the lawmaker, to the people of your community. Unmask is the Hope Relief Foundation approach to get foreigners to be involved in the humanitarian crisis that is in Ambazonia. So this is a very wonderful opportunity. And in April, the Unmask team, they are planning for a wonderful, another international outing. It's going to be a larger audience. They are going to connect with celebrities and many other dignitaries from all over the world to come and speak. And it's going to be a public event, just like the other one that took place. We pray that all Ambazonia will be involved and support Unmask, because that is the fruit of what Unmask is able to do. So April will be a great opportunity again for those who did not take part in the launching of Unmask, that please invite many non-Ambazonians to come and hear and see what is going on, or share with them the problems of the genocide that is taking place in Ambazonia. Thank you. I just wanted to say that.
All right. Thank you, Bishop John. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the phone lines are open. Go ahead. Call in. Bring us your contribution to the subject. But before you call, make sure that your television, the volume of your television set is tuned down. Make sure before you call, the volume of your TV set is turned down. The number is there on your screen, so go ahead and call and bring us your contribution. Now, the matches start on January 9, Bishop John. When do they start in Victoria? When are they slated to start in Victoria? Is it the same day?
No, that launching is that 9 is what is Olimbe launching will kick off in Olimbe. Olimbe is La Republique. So Olimbe record.
So they are launching
Yes,
in La Republique on the
yes,
on
on the
the
9th.
9, and then the other matches in other towns, they come up
Yeah.
later.
Yes.
All right. I guess something is going on today that no phone call is coming in. Okay. Okay.
Maybe they block the network in Ambazonia.
I guess so. I guess so. It is very strange, very strange that you put up the phone number and ground zero is not calling, whereas they're having calling in their hundreds every broadcast. But again, ladies and gentlemen, you heard the news from us. Let us get to, I think I got a call drop here. You got the news from us. Afcon is not taking place, will not take place in Victoria, will not take place in the southern Cameroons, and it is very important that ground zero takes this seriously. Let's get to the first caller here. Hello.
Yes, good afternoon, Secretary Chris. How are you?
I am doing excellent, sir. May I know where you are calling from, please?
I'm from Maryland.
All right. What is your contribution, sir?
Yes, my contribution is this. I want to, first of all, thank our comrade, Mr. John Ogewa, for the wonderful job he's doing, and with you, Secretary Chris. I just want to appreciate you. I want to tell you, stay strong. Keep on with the fighting. Don't worry about the infighting. It's not going to stop us. We are behind you. We stand with you, and we start with Ambazonia. We are not here to support any individual. But I appreciate the work you're doing, the sacrifice you're making with your family, and I pray that God will lead you to the right path. For the competition coming up in La Republique, and they want to tie it to Ambazonia, please, I just want that you guys keep emphasizing on the fact that people should stay home. People should stay home. I've got the news. It's going to be deadly. It's going to be deadly. If you can be coming up every day till the 9th or till the day the first tournament is going to take place in Victoria as they're planning, that would be very good, and we're going to send a good message to the people. So thank you so much for all the work you're doing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And talking about detractors out there, ladies and gentlemen, I see all the nonsense that is written out there in audios, in WhatsApp, little gossips here and there. I am stronger than that. And I'd like you to know, as I've promised you, I am going nowhere. No blackmail orchestrated from any quarters will send yours truly to anywhere. Let me get the next caller before I get to. Hello, sir. Hello.
Good evening, Secretary.
Good evening, sir. May I know where you are calling from, please?
I'm calling from Ground Zero.
Okay, and what is in your mind? I don't see a ground zero number, but I know we're in the cyberspace these days. So what is your contribution? Where on ground zero, sir?
Precisely in Bafut.
In Bafut? Wonderful. Okay, and what is your contribution?
Okay, Secretary Chris, thank you so much for the job you are doing for the Ambazonian people. We recognize it and we really appreciate you. My contribution for this show is for the Ambazonian people. Please, this is war and we need to be very serious. What I'm trying to say here is that we need collaboration between the LGS chair people. All of at this particular moment, all the chair people need to come together for a particular meeting for this Afcon. They should come out with a draft for all the counties. They should join up together, come out with a draft, come out with a strategy for this particular purpose. And secondly, I also want to say that let all the Ambazonia fighters or let all the restoration forces gather together and plan a particular strategies and send some expertise to FACO, and let them send also some good equipment like the RPGs that we have. They should transport them from different counties to FACO county for this particular issue. And after when this has been done, they can then take back their equipments to their various positions, and they should also come together and they should teach themselves more about this IED stuff, because we need to plan them everywhere in Ambazonia, because we need to make this international body knows that we are at war and we are not loving. And also, one thing I want to say is, I want to caution our population: please don't bear these risks and go outside.
All right.
This is the time we will not spare anybody. This is the time we will not spare anybody, because we can't keep on dancing to the tune of the population by sparing them. So let them stay at home, because it won't be easy. Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it. Okay. The phones are ringing now. Hello.
Hello, Secretary Chris. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
So I'm calling from Boya, Ground Zero.
Okay, the center of the event. What is going on there, sir?
So no, everything is here. Though people here, particularly here in Fako, they don't respect the laws. They go stand by least. But now, since for a while now, things have been changing. At least they are here now.
I'm sorry, you have a very bad network connection there.
Hello?
Yes, go on.
I say we are doing well. We are doing well here in Boya, but for now, for a long time now, we have been.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. Your connection is very poor. Let's move on to another caller here and see. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Secretary.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
Calling from Ganzero, Bamenda.
Okay, and what is your contribution, sir?
Sir, I have heard so many confusions about the separatist fighters in Fako, but I just want to give a contribution. We should try to make peace with them.
Okay, thank you. We hear you. We hear you. All right.
Yeah, so because... Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the call. Okay, let's see who is next. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good evening, Secretary Chris. I'm calling from the Northern Zone.
Okay, and what is your contribution, sir?
Yeah, I want to first and foremost appreciate you for this timely intervention, because personally I've been worried, because things seem to be very normal, and the days are drawing near when this competition is beginning. And
Right.
just like as you said, it is going to legitimate, the La République theory that things are normal. So I think that if the restoration forces collaborate and they make things hot, at least the international community will know that they don't have any control over this territory.
Correct.
So once again, I know there are strategies And I believe that this is not the place to unveil those strategies. I really want to appreciate Bishop Jawan for the intelligence that he's actually displaying. It's truly that he's been a military man. And I want to see, his expertise, demonstrated on the field. That is what we want. So once again, I want to say God bless you. And we are behind you people, 100% behind you people. Stay blessed, sir.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. You guys remain safe out there. All right. Let's see who else is on the line. All right. Okay. Let's get to the next caller. Hello.
Hello, Secretary Chris. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. May I know where you are calling from, please?
This is Ernest calling from the District of Columbia.
All right. And what is in your mind?
The first thing is when Bishop Egewan was with you last time, you asked about if they did inform, CAF and other countries about the fact that Ambazonia is not part of La Republique. I didn't hear him answer, but the little thing I want to add was that we could also go ahead informing the teams where those players are playing, because the team wouldn't want to send a player to a risky place, so they can also raise alarm from the clubs that the players are playing. It's one other aspect that I just want to add. Thank you, Secretary Chris.
Thank you, Bishop John. You have something to add there, please?
Yeah. To answer that, yes, I don't know. I missed that question last time. Maybe it was connection, but the Ambazonians in the diaspora are doing everything to contact those teams and those countries to do this. But what I want people to know is that the football thing is very political. It is the politicians or the leadership that makes the decision, not the team. So the team can, but because of the influence of France or many of these countries, some of these people cannot make. There's a lot of political stakes. So the only thing is to put pressure for the politicians to make that decision, not necessarily the player, because we have some of our people spoke to some of these people from these countries, and that's what they were able to make us to understand that the decision is not really being made by them, it's made by the leadership. It's very, very highly political, because France will lobby and goes to this country that they must send the people. You see, most of these politicians don't really care about it.
And you are very right. Let me just bring in with it. Let me just make a point before you go on. African Cup, according to, I was listening to one of the African leaders, the current CAF president, making a statement to the fact that the African Cup of Nations was created to cement the unity between African countries. So the African Cup of Nations, he was saying, it's a political event. It has nothing to do with social life. Sporting is essentially a political event. And I guess that is the reason why, no matter how much people have protested the holding of this tournament in Ambazonia, they have not even made a statement until you have outside organization protesting and talking about COVID-19, and instead of talking about the killings and the genocide going on in Ambazonia.
Yes, you can see that the La Republique says the youth sport is something that can bring unity, it can bring collaboration. So they are trying to use Afcon in Ambazonia to try to pacify many Ambazonians who care less about our future. So that's what their intention. There are people who are football fanatics. They are sport fanatics, and this type of thing, like careless about anything, and La Republic is hoping that they will to minister to the minds of people like that, who careless, who are fanatics, and this match, people might think that is for the beauty of the match or the company. They are just using Afcon in Ambazonia this time is just to score some political points and to make their message to the international community that they have control over the situation in Ambazonia. So we are doing our best. The Twitter team, the Twitter warriors, they are doing this and they are sending things out, and letters are being written to some of these communities. But no, that it is a very highly political decision that is being politicians who do not care about the lives of these players. They care about what they have to do to please France.
All right. In the absence of any new calls, Bishop John, we're going to call it a night.
Ask for the dates that they are going to play. So far, the lineup date to play in Ambazonia, I think, is the 12th, the 16th, and the 20th. I think the first round. The 12th, 16, and the 18. That's the days that have been programmed to play in Victoria. 12, 16, and 20. So,
all right. Let's get this caller, Bishop John, and we'll get back to that. Hello. Hello.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from, please?
Yes, from Ground One.
Okay, and what is your contribution?
Yes, I'm happy with our defense chief from Ground One. I said from Ground One.
Ground One, yes.
Yeah, I say I'm happy with the defense chief from his words. Yeah, it means that our people are going to carry the gun and then wear civilian dresses to go and be spectators, so that when the bullet is coming, they should also return their gun and start shooting again. Because I don't think our civilians will go in there in civilian dresses with
go in where?
Go into the stadium without guns.
Why should they? We are saying this. So. We are asking civilians to stay home. Every civilian, Ambazonians and non-Ambazonians.
Yes, they want the civilian to go in and be spectators.
Okay. I don't seem to get what you are trying to say.
Got a point. You don't need to press him too much. He has a point of that we are just telling Ambazonians to stay home.
Military people in civilian dresses while carrying guns.
Okay. So you are essentially saying what La Republic plans to do is to send in the military into the stadium and in civil while they carry guns, right?
Good.
Okay, we'll get you. Of course, they've always done that. We know they're gonna do that still this time. But I don't know whether they can get 20,000. But I don't know whether they can get.
It should be physical. We should see it like that. The whole stadium should be full like that.
All right. Thank you for the call.
Okay.
All right. Remain safe. All right. Again, the message is.
Secretary Chris join.
I'm sorry?
Dr. Ella just sent me a message that he's trying to join.
Well, I hope he does that within the next 3 minutes. We're almost rounding this up. And so our message is that every Ambazonian should stay home during all the matches. Stay home during the matches. This is Gabonese calling in. Hello, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Secretary Chris. How are you?
Good to hear you, Gabonese. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. Chris. I'm okay. You know, we are living a critical time. You know, this war, and we are fighting, and the war is still going on in Ambazonia, and we are doing our best. I just want to thank you so much. I want to thank our comrade John Ekiawan for that great outing. We are doing great. We are doing great, and we are pushing the fight, and we are having hopes, and we are sure that we are going to kick this criminal out of Ambazonia. We are sure about it.
Now, you are calling in from FACO, and you are a very important component of the forces that we have out there in FACO. Are you people ready to take care of this?
Yeah, Chris, what I want to say is that there's no doubt about it. We are guerrilla fighters. And guerrilla fighting, you don't determine the outcome when they're going to come and when they're not going to come. So we are 5 years to this war, and we are having so much experience. I just want to advise all Ambazonians, all those French Cameroon criminals and their citizens, that they should not, because life does not have any duplicate. If you are going to the field, if you are taking part in French Cameroon criminality in Ambazonia to kill our people, you should know that you are going to pay your own life. If we cause the life of all those who are going to that field to give Ambazonia the freedom we need, we are going to get it. Because we are fighting to the butches, we are fighting to defend our interests, and we know that they cannot and they will never take Ambazonia by force. For that we assure you, we are guerrilla fighters. We have upgraded our defense system, we have upgraded our means of attack, and we are confident that whatever situation, French Cameroon will never defeat us in our land. We are master of our terrain, and we are confident of it. So if you are going to the field, if you are going for wheresoever, you are going to pay with your life, because enough is enough. This nonsense have to stop. We have to do something, because it's our fundamental right. We are not ready to kill people. But if you want to die because you want to support France, support French Cameroon financially, to buy their ticket, support their players, support whatsoever in the economy, you are going to pay with your life, because our brothers that have been killed, children, mothers, parents, villages burned down. Our brothers are suffering in French Cameroon prison. Their lives matters, and we are in the butches. We have given our life for 5 years today. We have sacrificed our education, our livelihood, our youthful age. Some of us are going to 40, 45 in the 2022. We are going to determine that whatever our sacrifices, we must pay it. The French government must pay it, and the pay is that they have to leave Ambazonia. For all those Bambele case, Ewondo, Bulu Betty, and all those elites that are taking out of the Republic of Cameroon, I want to assure you that we are not backing down. We are not backing down. We are going to take the country back. It's a fact. For that, I assure you.
Wonderful. It's great to hear that. So I want to believe that all of you, the fighters out there, you are in high spirits, correct?
From day one of this struggle, Southern Cameroonians and Ambazonians, our ARF, we are always in high spirit. It's just that, you know, with human beings, life is not always good at times. But as guerrilla fighters, we have the technique and the technical know-how to fight this fight. 5 years in this war is so much experience for a fighter to engage in any battle at any time, any moment. So I want to make it clear to Ambazonians. We know that the cities, they claim that they are safe. They saw what happened in Boya. We have said that in time like this, they will put you under collateral damage. If you die now, your family will lose, everything will lose. But we have a future. We have countries that they have fought for revolutions. They have regained their independence. They built a country. For example, I was in Johannesburg during the World Cup in South Africa, 2010. We saw how when the country is in peace, when people are celebrating during tournament like this, it shows the truthfulness of justice within the face of the people. But the Saudi Cameroons, people have been killed in cold blood. People have been murdered, massacred with impunity by French Cameroon. You see some criminals, they are thinking they are going to the field. They are really mad, to be honest. We are going to make sure that you are going to the field. 2022 will be the last year for you on earth. As you want to test out the enemy, then you have your pay. There's no doubt about it. You must get what you want if you are going to that field. We assure them. We assure them.
Wonderful. What do you make, governors, of Samuel Eto coming down to Boya, Victoria on several occasions, and you, the fighters, just let him have a free ride out there?
Yeah, Secretary Chris, you know, there's a situation that we had in Ground Zero. You know, with guerrilla fighting, you need to prepare yourself. you need to make sure that you don't miss your target. But if it's coming to Victoria, we didn't have the information, we didn't have the intelligence we need. But we want to assure you that we are going to upgrade our information system in a such a way that before a terrorist like Samuel Eto'o come to our territory, we must have some communication at least 2 or 3 days before, so we can launch an attack. But not to make it though, the war is still going on. Eto'o will keep on coming. One day he's going to fall in our trap. Because we are guerrilla fighters, we have the competency, we have the experience. So I want to make it clear that coming to Victoria, we saw Ethiopians eating soya, speaking in French that regard, there's no God around me, stuff like that. I don't want to say that Samuel Eto'o is a disgrace in Africa, because you saw what Joshua did in Liberia. The rebels, they negotiated with this guy, the coach Castello, in the days of the fight in Liberia. You saw what the did in Cote d'Ivoire. Ethiopians, what I see in Ethiopia is someone who is very, very dull. He's just lucky just that he had the start to be a footballer, but if you look him physically, he's a very dull person, because someone who is so clever that he said he's working for UNESCO as a humanitarian and advocate. You're advocating and you are preaching, you don't talk about the people that have been killed. You come to our territory, you are eating soya, you are roaming around. But I want to make it you to understand that this fight will reach every doorstep. This fight will reach every city. It's just a matter of time. We are preparing. As guerrilla fighters, we take our time. We target the real enemy and we'll get them. I want to make it clear that all Ambazonians is put in their head. This fight is not going to end until the both state must negotiate, because it's war. This war is long time gone, and we are going to get there. I don't care, and we don't care to sacrifice our life for our future generations. We must do it. What Jesus did to sacrifice humankind from sins is normal. What David did is normal. What Moses did is normal. So we are not new. We just find ourselves in this situation that we have to free our people. So there's no price about it. We just have to give our life. If that's the case, we have to do it. Yeah.
All right. Governors, thank you for your input and thank you for your service, your volunteer service to Ambazonia. We pray that God will continue to protect. Yes, please.
Hello?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I want to make this note, I want to send this message to all the elites. All the elites. You see our elites. Our elites, they have turned their chieftaincy and their thrones to this CPD cabal. But I want to make it clear, it's just that I've not been lucky. I've not been lucky, to be honest, to arrest one of these criminals. I could have shot and killed them close range. I don't take, the life of every Ambazonian is important, more than this criminal they call themselves elites. You are an elite and you just carry a large stomach. There's nothing you can offer to the community. You give their life for sacrifice to those criminals. And you saw what Brenda Beer is in Yaoundé. It's in America. Brenda Beer is smoking gems, smoking cocaine. You see the children of those ministers that are involved in Europe. You see all those criminals that have money in the banks and they're eating fat on the blood of Ambazonians. Our parents have paid so much in marketing board, toiletry, and so many real estate that they have squandered the money. But we need to do something. Any Ambazonian that have the call for freedom, that have the faith and the strength of Ambazonian people must engage in this fight. It's the people's fight. We must do it. We must do it collectively. That's the truth. And I'm ready. I'm ready to fight this fight until 100 years. As long as I live, we must get to Boya.
Thank you. Governors, it's a pleasure to hear from you again. Remain safe, sir.
I'm safe by the grace of God. With God, everything is possible. Ambazonians, stay safe and stay strong. The war is going on. We are going to take our country back. For that, we assure you, ARF, all fighters on the ground, we are confident and we are stronger than before.
All right, thank you. Bishop John, that was your fighter. What do you have to say about his assurances to Ambazonia to remain strong and that they are ready to confront Afcon and La République du Cameroon in Ambazonia? Bishop John, it doesn't appear like your microphone is turned on.
Yeah, my microphone was off.
Okay.
I just want to let you know that as the war prolongs, the Amazonian restoration fighters, they get more and more stronger, and they want this war to finish very soon. And they will do whatever it takes for this war. You know, like I was telling you before, that Amazonians are very peace-loving people, and they don't like to kill. That's why we have been fighting a self-defense war. We have been only defending ourselves, and like public terrorists are our target. Coming to a point where we have to do what it would take for us to end this war very quickly. And that's when you hear Gabonese speaking like that, then you know that's going on ground zero. They have been talking. They that are on ground zero have the better picture than us who are in the diaspora. So you can think them. But also, I just want to say that, Secretary Chris, Afcon 2 is a battle. It's another battle. We have fought many battles since the Vimbondo, Pobia, whatever they call him, since he declared war on us. We have fought many battles. The battles we lost, and many of the Republic lost. But so far as the war is concerned, the war, and so far as the result of this war is concerned, we are going, and we are going to be independent. In fact, we are going to be independent. So Afcon is battle. Afcon is just a battle. So and we are engaged to fight the battle. It's not going to be the end of the war, despite the number of civilians that are going to be killed. Very sorry, it is not going to be the end of this war, but it is going to be. It is going to put a condition. It's going to do something very significant.
All right. Thank you, Bishop John. We are joined with Comrade Secretary Elad Kisito, who is the Foreign Secretary here at the interim government. Dr. Elad, if you can adjust your sitting a little bit to centralize yourself in the microphone, that would be great. Perfect. All right. A little bit again to your left, to your right, sir. Yes. Thank you. Good to see you, sir. We almost missed you in the broadcast here. Good to see you.
And greetings to all Ambazonians, especially those in Ground Zero and our restoration forces.
All right. We have been talking about the resolve of the interim government to stop the African Cup of Nations from taking place in Ambazonia, and you have been at the very center of it, trying to reach out to the international community to make sure that this is a done deal. Are you very optimistic that we have that support?
Well, optimistic I'm always, Secretary Chris. I've been trying to join, and I heard everything from the callers, and also how you said the new president of African, whatever they call their games over there, said this is a competition to socialize the African countries, which is something political. So it's always, when you talk to them, they always give you the assurance that they are taking note of it. They are going to make sure they follow up to see that everything is okay. If not, they're going to take action. But one thing we see in football today goes only on money. I mean, we call it football. Americans, you people call it soccer. It depends on the money, the benefit. That is the gain. The financial gain is more important than the life of humans. But they forget to know that humans are the one making them get that finance that they are looking for. But we still are with them, and it's good. We have also what we send to them. We have a copy. We have credible assurance that they got it. And if anything happens to them, we already told them, because the reason why La Republique, I've heard many people talking, I've not heard somebody really hit the nail on the coffin by saying that La Republique knows the danger that they are putting those foreign players coming to Ambazonia, going to Victoria to play any game. La Republique has done everything on earth to make sure that we are seen as terrorists. They kill people in Matu. They kill students in Kumba. They put bomb in Boya University. They have done everything, even asking Thibaut Nagy when he was in their capital in Yaoundé, telling them to arrest those of you who are in America because they know that Europe will never do such a thing, and send them for committing crimes and killing people in Ambazonia. And Thibaut Nagy told them that he has not seen that himself, that it has not reached that level, and they are still watching, and if it will reach, they will do it. But for now, they have not done it. So La Republique has done everything to make us look like terrorists. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they do. All we know, and I'm glad Bishop John is here, and I'm glad Gabonese just spoke, and he has given the warning to the Ambazonian people. My advice again, I will emphasize on that point, please stay home because you will be killed. There is nothing that you will be harmed. You will miss to die or whatever. You will be killed. And it's your family that's going to suffer. Stay home and allow those people that they are going to carry in their trucks and everything and bring to the stadium. There is one guy who was saying that we should also hold guns and go to the field. We're not going to that field. Those who are going there, they will meet their doom. So that's all I want to say. But as for your question, we are engaged with the international community. We are engaged with African sporting community. We are engaged with the players and even the so-called Eto.
Yeah.
We'll be getting a letter from the Foreign Affairs very soon.
Wonderful. We saw the write-up today in the Morning Star publication in the UK, penned by one of the members of parliament out there in the UK, and I think it should have been a big booster to your effort, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. And I want to thank those in the UK who are really pushing hard, like Ia Marianta and our group over there, doing a great job. I want to tell them that we are winning. Bishop John just said it, that we have fought a lot of wars since 5 years, several type of war, and Afcon is one of these wars. And we have lost some of it, and we have won more than that. And Bishop John, just to a little bit of correction, we are not going to get our independence. We have our independence. We are just fighting now to secure it, to seal it well. We already have it. We don't need it from anybody. We got it already. So thanks to the diplomats who are in the UK, who are really pushing hard, and that is also to tell the world that not only we are talking, foreigners are also saying it. There are people like Mo Salah, the Egyptian player, the guy in Ivory Coast. All of them are tweeting, rethinking of going to Ambazonia to play, or to even call Cameroon, that the name they call, to go and play football. So let's see. If you want to be, there is a say in Africa, I don't know, the president used that always and say, whether flyway, whatever. I don't know it, but exactly something like fly that is very stubborn, or whatever, landed on something will always die. So those who want to die, please, you're free. We have been warning you people for months now. You are here on ABS saying the same thing. ABC is there saying the same thing. Those who don't want to listen, don't listen. Go to the field and get your dome.
Thank you, Dr. Elliott. Thank you, Bishop John, for coming in to be
I have something to say, Secretary Chris.
All right, quickly, we're gonna round up in the next minute. Go on.
This is a warning to hotel owners. Can you imagine somebody spent a lot of money to build a property as a hotel, and then for that hotel to just go down and you lost that much money just because you want to satisfy these terrorists? who are trying to take control over Ambazonia. So all those hotel owners, I'm telling you, some of you, your hotel has already been booked. The only way is deny any accommodation, and if you are very lucky, lock your hotel on that day. Do something and save your life savings. Or maybe like public has promised you that they will give you insurance if your hotel is destroyed. So if that's the case and you don't care for blood to be spilled in your hotel, that one is left to you. I wanted to make sure I say that. And Secretary Chris, you know that the MP that spoke there, that wrote that article, is in Ian's Marianta's precinct, that they call it.
Yeah.
Constituent.
She, she is in her constituent, and she has really done a great job in reaching out to this lady, and also a school, a leader, a director of one school also that spoke during that Unmasked. Iya Marianta, we thank you very much for the outreach that you are doing there in the UK, and others who are involved with you in doing this thing. And we pray that all other Ambazonians will continue to reach out in their different constituency to get their political leadership to weigh in the genocide that is taking place in Ambazonia. Thank you very much.
Instead of sitting home and gossiping, take action. You, Secretary Chris, you're playing a video now of the president of Afcon or whatever is talking. You see the flag standing behind him?
Yeah.
When the Colonial Prime Minister came to Bamenda, did you see the umbrella that he covered?
Right.
And when Tofis or whatever...
Those are Ambazonian colors, right?
Of course. Let me just tell you guys something.
They are prophetic.
People don't recognize some certain things. Let me say something before we go. I know I came late. But let me say, you saw when these guys, they came to Victoria with something like a lion, Paul Biya ghost inside moving.
Yeah, right.
And there were people there looking. See, let me tell you, La République carried, how can they be, where have you seen Olympic flame running even in China or in wherever the sporting events are taking place? Gabonese spoke about South Africa. Then where have you seen military surrounding people, moving as if, I don't know. That is just to tell Ambazonians that those things are being forced onto people to do. And Bishop John was saying there are some sport fans or sport fanatics. Those are not sports fanatics. Those are brainwashed people. Those are people who are already frustrated. They are confused. They have never seen, anything coming to their... Can Eto fees come to Berlin or to the Washington or so, and so anybody in the diaspora goes out to receive him and clap for him, or can they do that? So those people back there, they think they are, I don't know. Okay, this is not a topic, but let me just tell Ambazonians, stay home, please. Christmas is coming. Enjoy your Christmas. See your New Year 2022. We wish you Happy New Year in advance and continue 2022. Don't end your life in January. Please, don't do that. Thank you, Secretary Chris.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Ella. Thank you, Bishop John. We look forward to coming back on this subject perhaps on Monday. You have a great evening, sir.
Yeah, please, Monday I will be very prepared and I will be on time. Thank you so much, Secretary Chris.
All right. Thank you to Bishop John. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this for tonight. I just want to remind you to get to our website, www.absafricatv.com. You want more news from the continent and around the world. That is where you find it. And if you are one of those out there saying, how can I support ABS? You will also find help there supporting ABS. And I want to apologize to you. Facebook shut us down a few minutes ago, and we had to restart it for those of you watching by way of Facebook. And I look forward to being back here on Monday. Please stay glued to ABS Africa Broadcasting Service. Good night and God bless.